under the legs of GM Gonzalez and DeCuerdas Eskrima. For those who know FMA system, there are three primary pillars of Stockton. You had Angel Cabales, Leo Horon, and then you had Gilbertino, DeCuerdas. I teach them the DeCuerdas lineage. So what I'm going to show today is something from our empty hands. In our system of DeCuerdas, there are approximately 15 different systems within that. And what I'm going to show is we do striking, locking, throwing, choking, sweeping, and grabbing arms. A lot of people say you do Eskrima, they say, oh, you guys swing sticks. I'm going to show you that our art has a little more than just swinging sticks. And so what we're going to start off with is a basic exercise. GM arts say that punches come in threes, so 3 or 4s. So all you're going to do is we're going to work on kind of what we did today. You're just going to 3 punches, and all I'm going to do is start working on my parrying. Okay? So if you notice, I'm parrying to the inside. Okay, just like this. I'm just parrying, and I'm moving. I'm starting to circle. We call this the master circle, and I'm trying to get to the outside. See this? I'm just doing that. Okay, all I'm doing is parrying. So I'm parrying. I'm going left, right, left. Now, for those who are more advanced and you want to take that skill, you can parry with just this one if you want. Okay, or you can parry just with this one if you want. Or you can parry this side and you go this side. Okay, and all you can do is work that parry just to get warmed up and get to see those punches coming at your face. All right, so let's go ahead and pair up, and let's do that first. Okay, a couple of things when you're parries. What we don't want to get into is this, where I'm dropping my hands here and leaving this beautiful face to get hit again. Okay, this took a lot of work to do. So what I'm going to do here, look, I'm just barely. All I need to do is clear my head. Okay, that's all I'm doing. Next we're going to start going into limb destruction and captures. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do a goon. So he punches this one, I'm going to go in here. Okay, and I'm coming right in here. Okay, right here, where's that? Where's that one? Where's one of my 14. Okay, long one? Yeah, wait, I'm hitting here. Boom, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to then come in here and go for this capture. Okay, we have our first defense, second defense, third defense, fourth defense. Fourth defense is my shoulder. I'm going to use my shoulder as my fourth defense. So one more time. Here, I'm coming around, and I'm grabbing, and this is actually a break. See this? I'm doing that as I hurt my hips, okay? And I pull this in. Be careful with this. That's my break. Got it? So that's the first one we're going to do is that. Okay, and we're just doing empty hammer one. One more time. 1, 2, here. I always like to precede a capture or a lock with a strike. Okay, I'm not going to be able to cast this at full speed. That's why I've got to create some pain. I want his brain to say, oh crap, that hurt. Hit, grab. Close the gap, get close and tight. See this? Bring my head here. And then this is my break. Okay, and this is going to come in handy when we start going empty hands to weapon. So let's try that one more time. Goon. Capture. This capture has to be tight. This has to be on top. This is our DeCuerdas salute. Okay, and I grab this gooseneck. Nice and tight. Okay. This is where I'm going to J-step if I want to take him out. If he starts pulling that way, he breaks free. If he happens to break free, I'm going to hit in the eye and push that way. Okay? And we're going to go into what happens if he breaks free. If he breaks free, I'm not going to panic. I'm going to push him in the direction where I want him to attack from. Okay? So it's like playing a game of pool. How many people are playing a game of pool? You're usually shooting for that shot, but you also want to set up for your next shot. Okay, so we're going to go slow. First thing he's going to do is he's going to punch. And then when on this one retreats, he's going to pull that knife. That's where I see that knife, okay? That's why I see that there. So that's why I'm doing this. So when I go here, boom, 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 see? Now this is going to be a little different. See, I'm capturing here. The reason I'm capturing this right here, right now, is because I'm trying to avoid the sewing machine. Show what the sewing machine is. Okay? So I'm going to get into trying to stay close and evade. So one more time. He goes in here. Boom, boom, hit. Or you can do an 11. If you do it further out, we go numbers for numbers. This is a number 6 strike, angle 6. I'm coming in with 11. That's our stick strike at 11, but I'm taking an empty hand. Okay? I'm collapsing. See, I'm coming in here collapsing. Got it? That's the first one. Now, look at this position. See this? Okay? You can take the 11 or take the goon. I don't care. Quickly collapse. Close this distance. I want to be close. I'm going to take this. If I wanted to, I just go here. I get my gooseneck. And then from my gooseneck, I drop. If you want to go here, I would take this and he draws. Okay. 1, 2, Remember that?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to do the same thing. Let's get over here. Here. 1, 2, boom. I'm taking that punch here. I actually like to go here. Okay, there's a pressure point there. I think that one's heart 1. And I'm hitting with the chopper here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and push up. Okay? Just like that. Is go 1, 2, and then I'm going to give you some options from here. Okay, so from here, I've got an elbow to there, right? And then I got this drag. And then I can break. Who ended up in this? Remember this technique?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All I'm doing is showing you some. I'm hitting inside. Okay? I'm hitting here. From here, boom, push up. If you want to, you can go this way. Here, here, here. I did this, boom. This is, he's on his toes. Because he's on his toes, I could just go here. Okay? Small circle. Here. And I take the strike with the 11. Okay? When I did this strike here, I came in here. Remember we talked about what happens if he starts going out? He's going to take, boom, yeah, I'm going to hit. And then I'm going to catch. And I end up right back where I'm at. I pushed him what we call in quadrant 2. This is quadrant 1, quadrant 2, 3, 4. When I push him into the quadrant that I want, I can dictate where that next strike is coming. So it makes me look like I'm really good, but I'm lazy. Because I'm lazy, I want to push him in a direction where I want him to, where I get to know where he's coming at me with. Okay? Here, he starts pushing out that way. I'm going to let him go. But as I let him go, I'm going to give him something to think about. Come back. As I let him go, I take that eye, or eye gouge. Now look at, when I come here, look at, capture. Okay? And then from here, this is where I can hit, and I'm going to shoot up. Okay. I can shoot up. Okay? And I'm going to stab him right in there. Got it? And then this is where I do this jig. 1, 2, here. Go for it. He starts pulling that way. I hit. I capture. But when I capture, I'll even throw in the second one. If I capture and then I want to do this, remember I got to stun him so I can then bring this. And then I just go, whoop. Now, we're going to go back to the same entry. He's going to go punch it here. Boom. Boom. But when I came here and I go to do this grab, what happens is he starts to pull back. We learn if he pulls that way, if he starts to pull this back, I've got to follow. Okay, I'm going to follow him. And this is what this looks like. I'm going to introduce you to what we call triangle theory. Wherever Joe is standing, this is the triangle. Behind him is the triangle. I'm going to take his center mass, I'm going to turn his skeletal system and bend the skeletal system, and when I pull it to center mass, or to the triangle, he's going to fall down easy. Okay? I may be sexy, but I'm not very strong. Okay? So what's going to happen? I know, hard to believe, right?
That's what the internet says. You got all, 6 subscribers?
Yeah.
You're rocking it.
Hey, it's quality though. Quality subscribers. All right, so here we go.
Anthony's one of your subscribers.
1, 2.
There goes the quality.
Here's that plus come. Okay? I precede it with a break if I have time. But if he starts to pull back, I take to that triangle theory and I pull out. I follow. You see that?
Sure.
I'm going to follow. What I don't want to do is do this. When I do this, he goes back. Now look at it. This is a bad place to be. To be out of range. It's hard to defend. That's why whenever I did this stuff and I threw this out, I want to kiss our shoulders. I want to be in this range. I know that his bending levers are here and it's here. I want to be at those bending levers. I don't want to be outside the bending lever here. It's hard to stop things. Things move very fast. The way I slow down his attacks is by moving in. The closest bending lever is his shoulder. So when I'm here, okay, boom, look at it. When I try to stop that, yeah. It's harder, but if I'm here, when I throw that out, I'm not so worried about that time that it takes the blade to go traverse this distance. Because I'm already here at the fulcrum. You understand that?
Sure.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go here. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go for this grab. Once I do this grab, your partner, I want them to pull that knife back. You should follow. So you go. We're going to go back to the first one. Okay, where he pulls, comes to 6, and I'm going to do this. Who knows that technique? Who knows that technique? Okay, whether you're a Gaylord method or Ramos method, We all know that technique. So this is what I want to see, is what you guys do here. Go here. Okay, I got my break. Who knows this technique?
Yeah.
Yeah, right? From here, look at it. I'm going to take this, small circle. Okay? Now we're blending. Okay? We're blending. We're blending some kaju. One more time. You're like, oh, shit. Please. Here. Break. Pow. Right? 6 small circles. Fall. Boom. About, where we did this blend, this kaju thing. Right now, everything's kind of with the force. Against the force. Where it's coming, boom. These are hard stops and hard breaks. Okay, we know that when he came with that tube, just to start over, and then draw the knife. Came here, he draws the knife, boom, and he goes this way, and I catch. And we know we can do this, right? Okay. Another thing we can do is when I go in here, right here, I push it out, I catch, okay, and I do the step, okay, I got my groin strike there. We know we can do all that stuff. This 6, he's throwing a 6, I'm throwing a number 11. Okay, so when he comes in here, this is called number 11. Now I'm going to start going into what we call whipping hands. So I'm going here, taking a stop, boom, striking. Okay, and what I'm doing, there's 2 little bones that run from here to here. GMR said just one, yeah. Just break one of them. All I want you to do is break one of them. So this here, when I go here, I'm doing this, I'm actually trying to hit that and break one of these bones. Okay, so right in there. So I'm trying to break that, take out the knee, and then from here, this heavy strike down. Boom. Okay.
Thank you, Jojo.
All right. Going in here. Okay, this is where I'm now grabbing, right? Boom. Okay. I can still apply the same stuff. Okay. Other one too. See if he comes in here. Boom. I'm coming in long. This is my wrap. Boom. Ow. Okay. I start going into empty hands. Okay. One more time. This is here. Here. Can anyone see that? I punch here. I take this wrap. I come down and I hammer right in here. He's locked up here. I'm going to be nice, so I'm hitting the bicep here, but because I got this locked up like this temporarily, I'm going to hit him here. As it hits here, boom. This is why I'm going to start taking eye gouges and stuff. Okay? One more time. Here, I do the wrap. I do the break. I grab the ear.
Bad boy.
Here, right. I go this way. Okay? When I start. Okay? Anyway, so what you learn from knife, okay, sorry, I grabbed this. I grabbed the muscular chest. What you learn from knife, you can also learn from the stick. So now I want you all, both people should have a knife, and we're gonna end up with doing a couple of knife things. Okay, he's in heaven position. Heaven means what, Joe?
What's up? To heaven.
What's earth?
What's down?
Okay, I'm gonna be in earth, Joe's gonna be in heaven. Same technique, he's gonna come at me with a 6. I'm going to throw in here. Okay, all I'm doing is this. Hitting. Okay, once I hit, I'm going to cut up the tricep because I want to take out this delivery mechanism. And then I'm going to hit, and hit back. Okay, one more time. It looks like this. One more time. Boom. Cut up. This hit down is actually a break. Okay, hit, cut up, breaking. As I come in here, I'm checking, and I'm slicing, poking, and then hitting on top of it. Here. Boom. Cut up. Here. I'm doing this one because we did these techniques. Same thing. Now look at. Do this with the punch. Do this with the knife. I hit up. I chop down. Check. Slice. Taking that kidney. And then I poke here. This particular technique right here for just ending it here is because this is very similar to what we learned already. Okay, so I want to show you stuff that you've already learned. So even when I'm here, boom. Okay. So what this one is, we're going to go this way now. I'm going to go here. Or I go here, take it, and then push it here. So go down. Okay? Be careful.
Ramble somewhere in there?
Yeah. So the first one was here. The first one was here, right? The second one is here, and I'm going to take the throat. Okay? It's already went in here, and I'm going to cut up to the throat. See, I'm going like this, cut up to the throat, and then as I take this to my pocket. See that? I take that to my pocket, and then I push down. But they went through this drill, and this is what it's all about. This is why we're here today. Go ahead and do your thing. That.
again, VEA in November in Manteca, but we do Sharon Saturday. So if you're not on the Kokua or the Island One page or the Walking the Marshall page, go ahead and put yourself in there, because in October 25th, he's going to be doing a Sharing Saturday with Joe. I can't remember how to pronounce Joe's last name.